Hypertension, the silent killer.
Like millions of Americans, Emma was living with high blood pressure and didn't know it. There were no early warning signs or symptoms. But Emma's heart was working overtime, putting her at risk for heart disease and stroke. Following a physical, Emma was diagnosed with high blood pressure.
200/105, that is quite high.
I just told you it was high.
Are you a smoker?
Yeah, pack or two a day. More if I feel crappy.
If she's in danger of having a stroke...
She's not. She's already having one. Smoking on estrogen put her at high risk. Loss of circadian blood pressure variation confirms it. Stick out your tongue.
These two videos are prime examples on why hypertension is known as the silent killer, because of the fact that both people were doing their everyday activities, not realizing that their heart is working overtime, leading one of them to have a stroke with no warning signs. That's why it's important to take your health and lifestyle choices seriously.
Hypertension is like having too much pressure in a garden hose, which can wear out the hose over time. In your body, it means your blood is pushing too hard against your blood vessels, which can lead to health problems if it keeps happening. How is blood pressure classified? According to the American Heart Association, a normal blood pressure is categorized as a systolic less than 120 and a diastolic less than 80. An elevated blood pressure is systolic 120 to 129 and a diastolic less than 80. High blood pressure, stage 1, is considered a systolic number 130 to 139 or a diastolic of 80 to 89. High blood pressure, stage 2, is considered a systolic pressure of 140 or higher or a diastolic number of 90 or higher. And lastly, a hypertensive crisis, which is when you have to consult your doctor immediately, is when the systolic number is higher than 80 and or the diastolic is higher than...
People of all backgrounds can develop high blood pressure. Treatments differ based on risk factors including age and family history. But hypertension can often be controlled with healthy habits and medication when necessary. Eating more fruits and vegetables, following a low-salt diet, exercising regularly, and quitting smoking are often the first lines of defense to control high blood pressure.
There's a common misconception that people think that exercise has to do with heavy weightlifting or running for long periods of time without stopping, but there are so many other alternatives to exercise. Walking is a great way to get in exercise. There is bike riding. And for our younger generations with hypertension, we can get on social media like we're all good at and exercise by watching TikTok videos and dancing.
Since diet is very important in reducing high blood pressure, we want to make sure that we avoid fried, fatty foods. These foods include greasy burgers, fried chicken, French fries, and chips.
Did you know that most of the salt we eat is already in our food? When we buy it in things like olives, sauces, and pickles, it's also in processed meats like ham and bacon. That is why it is very important to read through your food labels thoroughly when you are grocery shopping.
Don't know where to start? Well, here's a dietary approach to stop hypertension called the DASH diet.
Some examples of DASH diet food include blueberries, almonds, lentils, fat-free milk, salmon, and brown rice. People with high blood pressure should only consume about 2,300 grams of sodium, or if they are very restricted, 1,500 grams of sodium. Overall, with high blood pressure, we want to make sure that we first modify our diets, stop smoking, exercise daily, and get a regular physical. If you are already diagnosed with high blood pressure, we want to stay on top of reading our blood pressure daily, also modifying our diets, exercising daily, and getting a regular physical, and taking your advised medications for your blood pressure.